You ever have one of those Saturdays that just feels too good to be real? I mean, the kind of day where the sunlight's golden, your iced tea is cold, and you're convinced that for a second, the universe isn't just out to get you, it's actually rooting for you. Yeah, that was me. David Sterling, police chief of Ridgeway, on what started as a perfect Saturday in my own backyard. My wife, Serafina, she's a landscape architect with a talent for dragging beauty out of bare dirt, was floating in our pool, her braids haloed around her head, eyes closed, not a care in the world. It's the kind of image you want to bottle up, you know what I mean? Our house sat on 2 acres of old tree-lined Ridgeway estates, a neighborhood that tries real hard to pretend the world's ugliness can't squeeze through its iron gates. For a while, I almost believed it too. Anyway, there I am, just about to get up and make some lemonade. Maybe Spike It, who's going to stop me when I hear a sound that doesn't belong. Not a bird, not the waterfall, but the sharp metallic clank of the side gate latch. Now, Serafina and I never use that gate. It's for the pool guys and the landscapers, and no one was supposed to be scheduled today. I catch her eye. She's already treading water, scanning the yard, a line of worry slicing through her calm. That's when a girl strides in, no joke, like she owns the place. Early 20s, blonde hair and a perfect ponytail, white polo, pink tennis skirt, so short it'd make a tennis pro blush, and she's already yapping on her phone. No, Daddy. The house is gorgeous. The pool's insane. I'm looking at it right now. Now I'm still standing behind the sliding glass trying to figure out if this is some kind of weird HOA prank, but Serafina, bless her, is playing it cool. The girl, let's call her Tiffany, because you just know she's a Tiffany. Snaps her phone shut, surveys the pool like she's checking if the staff skimmed the leaves properly, and then her eyes land on Serafina. The look on her face is all you need to know about her worldview. To her, Serafina is the help. She walks right up to the pool's edge and says, "Excuse me, I need you to clear out. My parents, the Covingtons, just bought the house next door. We were told we had access to the community pool, and I'm not looking to share the water with the staff." You ever feel your blood run hot and cold at the same time? That was me. I wanted to storm out badge blazing, but then I saw Serafina lift her chin. She's got that grace under fire. "This isn't a community pool," she tells Tiffany, her voice so calm it almost stings. "This is our home." Tiffany lets out this glass-grinding little laugh. "Oh, come on, really. Look, my dad is Bob Covington. Maybe you've heard of him. Don't make me call the homeowner to have you fired." I'll admit it was tempting to go full police chief on her, but I decided to let her hang herself with her own rope. I went inside, grabbed my best suit jacket, the one that fits like armor, and stepped out. The look on Tiffany's face when she saw me, a 6'3" black man in a power suit, arms folded, was priceless. She stammered something about my maid needing to leave, and I just let the words hang there before laying it all out, calm as a judge. First, you're trespassing. Second, this is my pool, not the HOA's. Third, the woman you're so eager to kick out. That's my wife, Serafina, and she designed every inch of this yard. Her face went slack and right. Then a shriek from the gate, enter Carol Ann Covington. The mother, same DNA, 25 years, and a couple cosmetic tweaks older, clutching her purse like it was a scepter. She demands to know why I'm harassing her daughter, asks if I'm security, and when I explain again that they're trespassing and being verbally abusive, she laughs in my face. "People like you don't own homes like these. Go get the real owner." The air went thick like the world holding its breath. Serafina just stood beside me, a silent steel presence. "Ma'am," I said, every ounce of patience stretched to the limit. "You have 30 seconds to leave before I have you arrested for trespassing." But Carol Ann wasn't about to go quietly. She whips out her phone, calls 911, and reports an aggressive black man impersonating an officer in my own backyard. The irony's almost poetic. You know what happened next? 2 squad cars roll up, sirens blaring. Officer Miller and Buckley, 2 of my best, come in with hands hovering over their holsters, see me, and freeze. Miller just blinks. "Chief, what's going on?" Carol Ann tries to get them to arrest me. Miller listens to my explanation, then turns to Carol Ann. "Ma'am, this is Police Chief David Sterling, and this is his house." The look on her face worth every second. The rest plays out like a slow-motion car crash. I have my officers document everything trespassing, filing a false police report. I let them off with a warning, but make sure it goes in the record. When I finally close the gate behind them, it's like slamming the lid on a box of snakes. Serafina and I stand there in the late sun, trying to piece ourselves back together. She says, "I'm just tired, David." Tired of working so hard for a place in this world only to have someone try to snatch it away with a word. I pull her close. I'm tired too, but now I'm angry, and not in a way that'll burn itself out by morning. No, this is cold, focused anger, the kind that looks for justice, not revenge. I didn't use my badge. I used the system. Public records, permit databases, the whole 9 yards. Turns out Bob Covington isn't the titan he pretends to be. He's a lawsuit magnate. His house mortgaged to the hilt. His business a shell game. And oh, that construction they were doing? Illegal as hell. Fence too tall, wrong materials, new cabana going up with no permit. I sent the HOA after them by the book. The fines start small, but they add up fast. City code enforcement shut down their projects, slapped red tags on everything. Meanwhile, I dropped a quiet tip to a state investigator I know about that lawsuit against Bob, alleging Covington Capital was a Ponzi scheme. 3 weeks later, subpoenas start flying. Bob's empire starts crumbling. No more Range Rover, no more shopping sprees. Landscapers stop showing up, guess the check didn't clear. It all crashes down the HOA, the city, the state. Their world shrinks to a half-finished backyard and a mailbox stuffed with violation notices. The ultimate punishment wasn't a big showdown. It was 1,000 little cuts from the rules they thought didn't apply. The final act, Bob and Carol Ann show up at my door begging me to make it all stop. "You're the chief, you have influence," Carol Ann pleads. Serafina. God, I love her, just looks them dead in the eye and says, "You didn't apologize out of remorse, you did it because you got caught." I close the door on them for good. Soon enough, their house is foreclosed, fence ripped out, cabana torn down, and the Covingtons disappear defeated. Peace returns, but every now and then I get a piece of their mail, a junk catalog or some legal notice, and it makes me smile. One day a letter from the state attorney general arrives for Bob. I call my investigator friend. "Oh yeah," he says, "Bob's been indicted. Grand jury saw enough. Wire fraud, securities fraud, racketeering, you name it." It's not revenge exactly. It's justice. And it doesn't stop there. Serafina and I run into Tiffany the princess working a minimum wage job at a hipster coffee shop. Irony, you can't make it up. She flubs our drinks, her name tag, stained, pride swallowed, and all I can think is, yeah, that happened. Karma's real, folks, and it loves a good setup. By the time Bob's trial comes around, he's a ghost of himself. Carol Ann's outbursts in court become legendary. She gets silenced by the judge, dresses in knockoff brands her glory days as fake as her bag. Bob gets 12 years, and I watch the news with a sense of closure I didn't know I needed. 4th of July rolls around, and I spot Carol Ann, the last Covington, standing fighting with strangers over a patch of grass at the fireworks show. "Do you know who I am?" she yells. Nobody cares. That's the ultimate defeat irrelevance. She disappears into the crowd, her story reduced to a cautionary tale about entitlement and its limits. Me. I'm back in my sanctuary, watching Serafina glide through the pool, the air thick with jasmine. The world outside the fence, just a memory. This time I know for sure nothing and nobody can spoil it again. The sanctuary holds. But tell me this, because I know you've got opinions. When justice finally lands, is it ever enough? Or do folks like the Covingtons just pop up somewhere else? New names, same game? Let me know down below where you're from, what you think, and how you'd handle it. And if you've ever had a Covington of your own, well, you're not alone.